All right. So,
Is it live?
yep, it says I'm live now. It's like, holy shoot. I'm sorry.
So we can talk again, or
Yeah, we
Okay, I don't
can.
know.
But yeah,
I think we
it's okay. So, sorry guys. I guess I'm not telling ghost stories anytime soon ever again for a while.
nope, your bloody time jumping ruined everything.
Oh man, that is very, very freaky, guys. I am so sorry. I have no idea what happened, and yeah, that was very, very freaky. I could not think of reasons why that could have happened. Like, yikes. So,
It's a ghost. It's a ghost experience.
so, uh, so we'll see. I don't know if people are going to jump back on, but that is, yeah.
So we're no more ghost stories from you.
I guess so, because whatever happened, I am so sorry. That was very freaky. Yeah. But again, that's a true story. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, best episode ever.
Derek straight up time jumped.
Oh,
All
man.
right, guys, if you're joining just now, welcome to the GTS restream. Boom. It was all planned, guys. Guess what? We planned it. Boom. We planned internet going down on a snowstorm.
Yep.
What up?
Oh, man.
No, just kidding. That's not what we planned at all. I'm still in the dark, getting a little bit of creepy vibes over here, especially with the beheaded person in the back of Sean over there.
Wait. There.
Oh, man.
All
I
right.
don't know, man. Kevin's acting a little sus. Not gonna lie.
Oh, man. It is so strange. Okay,
What?
so that's my end of my story. So someone's take over for me.
I'll do it. I got it. You guys are gonna want to strap in for this story, boys. So,
Tell us a story about your job.
first of all, I just want to say that this story is 100% true. Where do I begin? Mexico has so many ghost stories and so much lore behind it.
Mhm.
But this story I actually told once on Vandrel's stream. So Vandrel, if you're watching this, or if you watch it, Meg, you're here. So when I'm from Mexico, obviously. My dad's from there, and so is my mom. But the story goes from my dad's side, so from my dad's paternal side, his mom, so like my great great grandpa, according to my grandma, made a pact with the devil.
Nice.
Yeah.
that again?
So, what's up?
Say that again.
She made a pact with the devil.
Oh,
I mean, he made my great great grandpa. Her grandpa, something like that. Anyway, the point is that this pact, obviously, when you do a pact with the devil, you sell your soul, right? That's the way things go. That's how it's always been. And what ended up happening, like, in order, like, people actually tell these stories in my family, like, from my dad's side, is how her aunts, my grandma's aunts, used to hear. So, like, my great great grandpa would go into his room at night. He would close the door behind him, and her aunts, so my great great aunts or whatever, would tell her that they would tell stories about how they could hear something crawling around, like not crawling actually, but like scraping itself against the floor. Like when you're crawling on the floor, but like you can hear something, like something would be crawling on the floor, like, and all you would hear my grandpa say, I'm gonna say grandpa even though it's great great. I'm not gonna keep saying the great great part, right?
Yeah.
He would say, hey, leave me alone. I already told you you're gonna get what I told you you're gonna get when I die. Like, just leave me alone. Have patience. When I die, you're gonna get what I told you. So what ended up happening is that when he died, since everybody kind of like had the notion that he had, done this pact, they ended up burning all of his belongings. So they literally took out everything from his room. They put it outside, and they just put it on fire. Now the weirdest thing about this is that when they put it all on fire, the moment the fire started to really like ignite, they started seeing like bills, like money of back then, just coming out of the flame, just burning. And they're like, "Oh my god!" They try to stop the flames because it's money, right? Like you see money burning in great quantities, you're gonna want to stop the fire and take the money, right? Let's just be honest. But they weren't able to, and but they literally burnt everything. So he used to have these shoe boxes, which I think it's a little hard to believe, but this is what they said. They didn't bother to check, and inside these boxes and inside his mattress, that he had money. He just stuffed it all in there, so he had a lot of money. So the saying goes that when he died, before he died, he buried some money on this property that's still over there in Mexico. So if we ever go to Mexico, all of us, we can go spend the night at that house that nobody wants to live in anymore. People literally leave that place despite I'll get to that. So the point is that my he buried some money in the property, and everybody wants to find it, and so people dig shit up all the time. But they never find it. They never find it. It's not there. Nobody can ever find anything. And according to people who lived there, there was this like fork on the road with like a boulder in the middle of the fork. And at night, you could see people who walk that road said that they could see somebody sitting on the boulder. And they always said that it was my grandpa, right? Not my grandpa, you guys know my great-great-grandpa, right? Sitting there. And so apparently the money thing is that he gets to choose the person that he chooses in the bloodline gets that money, right? Trying to fix my there it is. So obviously people want. Oh my god, fucking focus. That's the scary part of this stream, dude. It's the focus. The point is that everybody wants that money. Nobody has been able to find that money. But my dad and the person said to have been chosen to get the money is my grandma. My grandma was washing clothes like they did in the past, where you would go in the back of the house and there was like this washboard, She was washing clothes, and she swears till this day that a tree that was literally right in front of the house bent all the way down to her, like literally on her, like literally just touching her. And then went back up like real quick, and everybody in the family says that it was a sign that she was the one who was chosen to have the money, or her bloodline. And so in that bloodline, well, you have my dad, my uncle, and then you have me and my siblings. And so my dad used to live in this house, and in this house, some crazy shit happened. Shadow people, all the stuff that you would hear from like a ghost thing anyway. But what happened to my dad, and my dad told me this because it actually also happened to me. So this is why I know it could be true, or it is true. He was sleeping. He was like, I think 12 years old. And a woman, he swears that he felt something sit next to him on his bedside. And then it was a woman. And the reason he knew it was a woman is because it talked to him. A woman sat next to him, leaned over, kissed him on the cheek, and said, "I'll be back for you." That's all she said. "I'll be back for you." That's it. And this also happened to his brother, my uncle. And this also happened to me. It happened to me in Mexico. It wasn't exactly like that. But my wife, if she were here, she would tell you guys how when we had our first apartment over there, I would wake up really like I always felt there was somebody there in the room with us. And there was one time where I saw a woman inside the closet come out of the closet towards me, and I screamed, and I woke her up, and she's like, wait, what happened? Like, this stuff actually happens. And for the longest time I was actually chased by this woman, like pursued by this woman in my dreams, a woman in my dreams all the time. Thankfully here in Canada I haven't felt that, but I know it definitely is true. So that house that I'm speaking of, nobody stays in that house. That house was offered to some of my family members to stay at for free. Nobody stays at that house. This time it is my great grandpa. Actually, this time not my grandma's grandfather, but my grandma's dad. Stayed at that house. And keep in mind, rest in peace, my grandpa. He lived in like literally a wooden house. He was poor. He lived in in a wooden house. They offered him to stay at that house so he didn't have to live that way. And he only stayed there for 3 days. And then he was like, I'm out. I can't deal with this house.
Dang.
And so that house still there. Nobody lives there right now. Nobody wants to live there right now. And the neighbor keeps moving her fence an inch every fucking year because she wants to get the property because of the money that's supposed to be there. So I don't know, man. Maybe one day when we go over there, we can spend the night there. Maybe do a GTS adventures there.
When do we want to bridge over to these ghost paranormal things? I'm already after what I already went through. Do you think I want to go through anything like that again?
Yeah, he'll break the internet again.
Shoot.
Anyway,
So
that's what happened.
basically, what I'm hearing here is your great grandfather became a crossroads demon, and ghosts can't get immigration either out of Mexico.
No, what I meant to say when I say I haven't felt anything here in Canada is that I did feel it in the States when I lived in the States.
Oh,
I did. There were various times when I was younger, when I was a kid, that I would wake up feeling the presence of a woman there. It was always a woman. There was a time where I was blinded by some light when I was a kid, and like a voice talked to me, and I forgot really what it said, but I know that happened because my mom also remembers. You know, okay, so this is one thing that I can definitely say because we're in this topic. I shouldn't be alive. The reason I'm saying that is because when I was younger, when I was like 1 year old, it wasn't allergies, but I had these boils all over my body. I actually have a picture of when I had them. I had scarring and shit. And the doctors didn't know what was going on with me. Like, this is not a lie. My mom would not lie to me about this. And so the story goes that my grandma used to have like 12 or 13 or 14 cats in her house.
That's a lot of cat.
Epitome of
That's a lot of cats. But since the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, my mom took me to a medicine woman, right? And she told me that somebody had put a curse on my mom when she was pregnant with me. And so instead of the curse affecting her, I transmitted it, right? So I was the one who took it because I was in her womb, right? And so that's why no amount of medication could take these things off of me.
Ooh.
So what ended up happening, the medicine woman was like, he's going to be okay. Just some things are going to happen, and just watch out for what's going to happen, but he's going to be okay. One by one, the cats started to die. One by one. And the moment the last cat died, I was fine. So what my mom's taking the curse, like they were like cleaning me since they were there, and one by one started dying up until it was like a sacrifice, kind of like to keep me alive, and I lived. And it's true. Like I said, I have pictures of me when I was a kid, and you can see the scarring on me. You look at me now, I have a beautiful face. I don't have any scars, right? So, yeah, so that happened. And so with that said, in my life, I've always had these things happen, and I actually let it go for some time. If I'm boring you guys can say that, you know.
You're boring.
But okay, well, there it is. No, but yeah, so that's what happened, right? I've always been really involved. I used to be more involved in the whole supernatural side of things, especially with my dad in Chicago. My dad had a ghost hunters group. I know it sounds really funny and corny now, but he did have a ghost hunters group. There's some videos on YouTube of him. I'm not going to share them because you might see me on there and I don't like it. But he used to have a group, and he founded the group. If you guys, you can actually look them up. It's Snapit, SNAPIT.com. And it's a ghost hunting group started by Laura, but my dad's picture's not there anymore because my dad doesn't live in Chicago anymore. But my dad was also one of the founders of Snapit Ghost. He had the whole shebang of ghost hunting. We would go to like old farms where supposedly there were either succubus or poltergeist there. I went to Mantino State Asylum at 2 a.m. with police officers who my dad knew, who escorted them in. So in case there was like some weirdo there or something. And I was always very in touch with that part, but I kind of dropped it after my dad and I had a falling out, and I just don't really deal with that stuff. But I definitely have stories, but I don't want to take up the whole stream. I talk a lot. So if you guys have any questions on ghosts or anything, just let me know right now, you know? I don't know. Somebody say something.
Say something.
I mean, dang. Just dang.
Yeah. Damn is right. That's a history, and then family. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really,
Yeah.
I absolutely detest the paranormal a lot. Like,
I love it. I love the paranormal. I love the supernatural. I love cryptozoology. I love all of it.
yeah. Yeah. I did not enjoy any of that. Oh man.
One thing I wish we could do is play with the Ouija board.
No,
No,
never. Heck no.
So you're saying tomorrow night, Sean movie night becomes Sean Ouija board night?
No.
Do you know how much my roommate and all of my other witch friends would murder the shit out of me if I messed around with a Ouija board?
Let alone
Not gonna happen.
Let alone Alina and her entire family with the whole Zen thing going on. Shoot. Let alone disowning her. She's gonna break up with me so fast. Jeez.
Well, Alina would probably be safe. She's probably the most purified at this point.
True.
But the rest of us are doomed.
Oh yeah.
I'm not there.
Yeah, you're not. So next week, GTS with just Kevin.
Yep.
GTS Adventures opening the portal.
But in all seriousness, I will not mess around with a Ouija board.
I do not want to touch anything close to that, man.
Like,
how about you guys on the chat? Have you guys, any of you, have any experiences with Ouija board stuff? Be really cool. You know what would be really cool on the show? Like if we had like these episodes once in a while, and we'd have like a line that people could call.
I mean, we can get recordings.
Yeah.
Just give them your cell phone number. They'll call it.
I'm putting my cell phone number out in public for you guys.
Oh god.
We'll pull a card out of My Favorite Murder. Just have them email in their stories.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, I mean, I have way too many friends who actually do practice witchcraft and like study witchcraft and that. I'm not messing with the spirit realm. Not a chance.
Dude.
I'll let it exist and let it do its thing.
I don't know. There's certain things out there that I understand that I can't explain. I can never logically figure it out. But I leave those things alone to the best of my knowledge. Like, holy shoot.
One thing that I'm reading on the chat, so Noble Mecca, hey Noble, how are you? Hey Sia, how are you? Hey Kev Models, how are you? Everybody, thank you for joining us back in our stream. Just letting you guys know real quick. We actually had Adam from USA Gundam Store in our other stream, and then it cut off. So that's always nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, it's okay. No, it's not your fault, dude. It happens. There's no storm. Anyway.
Story.
Yeah, he told a story that broke the
What
internet.
was their story, dude? Your story opened the portal.
Dude, something's weird. It cut off my mic, and then all of a sudden, like, it stopped the stream. It's weird.
They know
Because
where
you summoned demons.
They know where you live. There.
Don't
Not coming to my again.
Alina, if you're listening, get out of that house now.
Oh, shoot.
Noble Mecha says, never acknowledge the dead, they'll follow you home. And this is true. This is one true thing. Every time that my dad and I would every time I would go with my dad on his ghost hunting trips, and we would come back like at 4 o'clock in the morning, before we went in, my dad would literally stand at the door and say, before we left the place, wherever it was, before we got in the car, he would say, we came here, we investigated, you're not allowed to go home, we are not inviting you to our house, you stay here. And there was like a line of salt in front of my house. I don't know, my dad did a bunch of crazy stuff.
No.
When he was a cool person. But
Hey.
you know, it's, I don't know, weird stuff.
Oh,
Usagi Kuma says leaving by.
hey, no. What? We're in a bloody snowstorm, and you're leaving out there? That's crazy.
I think I gotta reopen.
Derek's like, all right, see you, dude. Have fun.
FYI, anyone who's understanding this. Alina's like upstairs and she's watching the stream. So fun. Jeez.
Oh, no, she's not watching it anymore. She's not upstairs. She already left.
Oh jeez. Oh man.
I'm really fond of the whole occult, kind of stuff. Like even like aliens and shit. I love.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be really big into all of that when I was younger.
Like, I understand there's things that you can't explain and all that stuff. Again, right? But I really try to leave this weird stuff because, things that follow you, right? Or God forbid they track it back and do something.
Here's the thing. Here's a funny thing. I feel like as human beings, we are stronger than we appear to be. And what I mean by that, before I sound like the guy from Ancient Aliens, like aliens, it's because the hair isn't helping, the hairdo isn't helping in my case, but I feel like if you think negative thoughts, you definitely can bring things in.
Oh, totally.
100%. Like there's so many things. Like for right now, like I'm not scared. When I watch a scary movie with my wife, and I see a ghost, I'm like, I would just pop that ghost if he appeared in front of me. Like, what up? You know what I mean? Like, what we were watching. We were watching Insidious 3 or Insidious.
Oh, Insidious. Yeah.
Like the ghost with like the breathing. There was a ghost with like an oxygen mask, and I'm like, I told her, I turn around, I'm like, that ghost appeared in front of me. I just take off its mask. Like, how are you gonna breathe now? Spoiler alert: that's how they end up killing the demon. All right, it's funny. I thought it was really hilarious that I called it. The point is, like, if we really think negative thoughts, I feel like you can actually bring things into existence.
Ooh.
Well, it's the mind over matter thing, right?
Somebody say something, man. You guys are leaving me all this crazy stuff to say.
Sorry, I was
thinking about.
I was reopening chats because I had to refresh them both.
I'm enjoying your story.
I'm not. This is not helping.
Our group knows I don't care much for horror movies. It's not that I'm scared of or anything. Is I don't like videos of movies that are very, very slow start. I've fallen asleep through, I want to say probably 95% of the horror movies I watch. So I haven't finished any single horror movies ever. I tried to watch Insidious. I tried to watch Haunting on
what is it?
Whatever the Netflix one.
Blair Witch?
No, Blair Witch, no. There was a couple.
Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah. Fell asleep. Paranormal Activity fell asleep.
Really?
You're watching lame movies, dude. You gotta watch the real ones.
And I don't care for old school horror movie.
No, I'm not talking about old school either. Not every old school horror movie is a good movie.
No.
Yeah, tell me a good one.
A good horror movie.
Yeah. The only horror movie that I've ever watched that's actually given me nightmares is the original Ju-on in Japanese.
I can understand that.
That's the only one that's ever given me nightmares. The Grudge was garbage. And anything else after that, I fell asleep. Right.
Here's
tell me one.
A good horror movie to me would be The Witch.
I haven't watched that one.
The Witch. The one with like the old English. Spoken old English. Have you watched that one, Sean?
No.
It's the imagery in that movie that's really awesome, and the but the between the lines kind of imagery, right? With all the occult stuff. That's a really good movie, but
why do we have to dive deeper into the scary stuff?
We're not really showing anything scary. The thing here is, here's the thing. To me, as a human being, as a person, as I've grown older, I've learned to be more scared. I've learned to be more scared of human beings than the supernatural.
Well, and I mean, ultimately, that's kind of the cornerstone of most horror movies anyway, is that humanity is the real monster and not, something out there.
Yeah, and I believe it. It's true.
It is. I mean, there's so many things. There's so many the human psyche and the human nature is just scary. There's scary things happening all over the world all the time, and in real life that are scarier. I think there's one of my former favorite YouTubers who still makes videos, and he doesn't make them as good as he used to, but he always says that reality easily surpasses the nonfiction, right? I mean, sorry, the fiction, right. So the fake stuff. So, and it's true, man. You hear about it all the time, but ghosts and stuff. I've seen things. I'm a man of science. Okay, I just want to put it out there. I'm a man of science. All right, but there are some things that I've seen that are like, definitely weird. Definitely a weird thing. I mean, I have more stories, man, and I could go on and on, but I don't want to scare Derek.
I don't know. It's like that stuff is like I believe to the point where I enjoy listening to a story. I prefer not to be involved into the story, out of all things.
One quick thing here. Faraz says I'm more scared of any statement than any ghost.
Touche.
100% agree with you.
Especially after a weekend going to the hobby store.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So, guys, if anything scary has happened to you, please put it in the chat. I'll read it out loud. We have some stuff that people are talking about right now. Actually, we have says Kev Model says same here. Me and my mom's side can see. Oh, so what have you seen, Kev? Write it down. I'll read it. We have Sia who says, "Nah, dude, that's how you get haunted forever." I think she's talking about the Ouija board stuff. Then it says, "Other than that time, I spent 13 hours wandering the underworld. Most of my Ouija board experience have been pretty normal."
Oh, shit.
Very, very nonchalant.
Yeah.
What the heck is that? What is a skinwalker? What the hell is a skinwalker?
Face says, "I have my grandpa come over from the other side all the time when I am in big time. I need." That's really awesome, man. Obviously, ghosts aren't evil. Not all of them. There might be malicious, like Sean was saying, malevolent, benevolent stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, when I was a cadet as a Westie, you felt nothing but protected because, I mean, what would be in that building were people who protected the entry to the Fraser River. Mm-hmm. So it felt safe. It felt, like you could just be relaxed there.
Exactly. Not all spirit stuff has to be scary.
No,
absolutely
not.
My great grandpa, rest in peace. When he died, it was really hard for me, and I didn't really feel the effect towards later on. I remember I was working. I used to be I was going to say bartender, but no, I was a barista. Sorry, I was a barista. And I remember somebody
That's a coffee bartender?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm a certified barista, though, so if that's anything. And I remember an older gentleman come in wearing a red hat, a red cap, like my great-grandpa used to wear. And I remember I went to the back and I just cried. I was like, I miss my great-grandpa. I should have talked to him more and all that. So I'm sure he's out there. Rest in peace. Hope he's doing well. Let's see what else we have here. I think I have a ghost modeler wandering my living room. I keep finding parts to kits I don't own. You and me, brother.
Wait, well,
Jess, you have my graveyard box of.
Oh, you're right. It's only your stuff.
It's only Kevin's old stash.
Yep. Wait, Kev Model says, "Afraid of the next unicorn release."
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Well, that was it. There was already rumors that they were going to be launching. Another MGX alternate version? So we'll see. We'll
see what happens.
What was it? I don't like paranormal stuff.
Yeah, guys. Like I said, share your experiences. We'll read them out loud. Maybe one day we'll have a little. We'll definitely set up something where you guys can join in and for 5 minutes. Hey Bob, how are you tonight, Bob? And, and you just tell us your story. It'd be really cool. You think so? At work, they turned the place where they used to house the electric chair into a school for the inmates. And at night, we had to do rounds at there, and the atmosphere there at night is always different. That's a thing. That's a thing. A lot of people say, and people don't take attention to. In places where some heavy shit went on, you can feel it in the air when you walk in.
Yep.
You just feel this weight on you.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anybody out there in the audience can actually look up Mantino's insane asylum, in Illinois, that's where my dad and I used to go along with this crew around 3 a.m, and that was the heaviest place that I was ever at. It was, imagine being where they used to do lobotomies and shit like that, and you just go in there and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and there's snow outside, but it's super dark inside, and it's you know those movie where they have all like the people that are in there like in the same room in beds. It's like this big ass kind of like American Horror Story season 2.
Oh yeah.
That's how it was. That's how it is. You can look up pictures. That's where I was at 3 o'clock in the morning. And the worst part was walking in the hallways because they have vents down to the basement, right at your feet, and it's pitch black down there. You can't see anything, and you walk by there, and you're just like, I was like, what? I was like 14. I was like, fuck, something's gonna reach out and just grab me right there. It was scary stuff, man. I think we should do something like that. That'd be really fun, honestly.
So, just another quick story. I'm not sure if Sean knows this. So I'm also from Lethbridge, born and raised. Not proud.
Yeah.
So we have a museum in Lethbridge. That museum is actually haunted. So before it actually became a museum, it used to be the hospital. And this one time, this patient was in the process of being pushed back into the elevator to go back to their room. So the nurse pressed the elevator button, and it opened up. So they went forward and pushed the cart in, or the bed. And guess what happened? Fell right down. There was no elevator there. The door just opened. The patient fell right in and died at the bottom of the elevator. So to this day right now, people are saying that when you go into the museum, from time to time, you'll see a picture hung upside down. These pictures are all screwed into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll say from time to time you'll see it. You'll see something flipped upside down. They still have that bed in the hospital. It's in the basement. And every Halloween, they do tours of it. So,
yo, I'm you know what I'm getting the vibe? I'm getting the vibe that we should go out on a ghost hunting mission.
Go ahead.
Why?
all we gotta do is go to Heritage Park because they brought every goddamn ghost with the buildings.
I hear about that too.
I don't know why you guys are so scared, dude. It ain't scary.
I know you guys aren't. It's more me.
I actually want to go on the ghost tour of Heritage Park. I'm not even gonna lie. And apparently there's one in Inglewood going on actually tonight and next Friday as well.
Inglewood is the dean's house.
Is it?
The dean's house is haunted. My cousin was supposed to have her wedding there.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the older buildings at SAIT were haunted, because especially like Heritage Hall, it feels weird in there.
Yes, that place is like an old hospital feel in there. I remember
it was SAIT at one time.
What?
Yeah, Heritage Hall was all of SAIT at one time.
Ooh, man.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some weird stuff in that part of the building inside a building.
One of the scariest things about the Dean House, I haven't been there because I didn't get a chance to go, but one of the scariest thing there apparently is the bill that comes to you after you finish eating there.
Dang.
It is
nice.
It's not cheap.
No.
So Noble Mecha says, so regarding what he said, continuing, he says, things break The phone be off the hook. People see ghosts, and you can hear spuns from the room where the chair was at. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Faraz says, you think every time a piece disappears, it reappears in some other person's build space? I know you think you might be onto something there, dude. I think Bandai wants to know your location. It says, Jan says, there's a show on Netflix called Gomon. It's Korean and it's a short horror story. Each episode is only 15 minutes. I suggest checking that out. Ooh, I definitely will. I want to watch something actually scary, dude. I'm tired of flipping through Netflix dirty ass, catalog of horror stories. Like,
dude, you got to get Shudder then, because that's all the horror. That's like all they do is horror stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's also like the campy, cheesy horror movies, but they also have like legit horror movies on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Go do the Jawan series.
I love it.
You watched it?
I watched all of it when it first came out. I watched it all with Tessie in like 2 nights.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was I loved it, but the explanation behind it is kind of weird. But definitely watch it. Let's see. Jan says, I've seen that too. It's really graphic, especially okay, we're not saying that word. Sia says, I feel like the white ghost spirits aren't as scary. I'm guessing she's talking about Caucasian ghosts.
Asian ghosts? Nope.
Asian ghosts? Nope.
Nope. Asian ghosts. No, they're very vengeful. It's terrible.
They know how to ghost.
They know how to ghost. They know how to hold a grudge. Jeez. Haha. Grudge.
On Crunchyroll, there's a show called Yamishibai Ghost Stories. I can recommend that for some Japanese horror stories.
Ooh. Good call.
Yeah, Sci-Fi had a series called... Well, actually, that's where... Like, when... You remember when Ghost Hunters was big?
Yeah.
I met them. I actually met the Ghost Hunters. They were, like, doing little convention stuff, and it was really cool. But yeah, definitely something that I used to watch. If you're open to reading, then Junji Ito, which I completely destroyed, work is a great pick. Uzumaki was messed up. His work is really great. Yes. Man. A lot of scary stuff out there, guys. But you know what? Speaking of scary...
I like this last one.
Scariest anime I watched this year, Endless Waltz.
Yes.
I'm actually watching the Wing series right now.
Once I'm done with Double Zeta, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh no.
Derek, tell the Ghostbuster story.
No. He's gonna break it again. So
yeah.
Derek, tell stories.
No more stories.
Tell anything.
Say it, Derek.
No.
Say it.
Oh, I know what Ghostbuster story. Yeah, you can tell this one. It's not ghost related.
I'm trying to remember what Ghostbuster story. I'm trying to remember now.
In your parents' restaurant.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
So that's what it was. So basically, my family's restaurant, they actually have in a small town before they moved back into the city of Calgary. They're in a small town where actually the new Ghostbusters, I know, good, bad, we don't really know because they never came out really. So the fact is, they actually filmed in that small town. They actually quarantined that place out while they're filming it for like 2.5 months. And they actually changed one of the abandoned gas bars into a whole diner, which is really cool. And we saw the whole, the 01, like we saw the whole car. We didn't see any of the actors, and we still it was really cool. We had some footage. If I find it, I'm not sure. I might set up an image later on the Discord. You guys can check it out. So
this is not. I wanted to be scared, and I want to say I was disappointed.
I'm sorry. I have a couple stories, but forbid if it happens again, this stream entirely drops because of me. Because something paranormally weird happens to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I do want to ask you though. Can you tell the little girl behind you to just get out of the shot? I'm tired of just seeing her standing there, dude.
Not funny.
Oh,
Not funny. Not funny.
Okay. Sorry, I did. I was gonna say, speaking of scary stories and scary movies, how about video games that are scary?
Yeah.
VR
video games.
VR Resident Evil. Fuck
The
that
remake.
shit.
Holy.
That's
I mean,
scary.
I'm a tried and true Dead Space fan. I love Dead Space.
Resident Evil. I couldn't. That Nemesis, the new Nemesis, is just ridiculous.
Wait, those are scary for you? I think you mean Resident Evil 7, right?
Oh, 7 was. Oh, I couldn't finish the demo.
I could only watch a Let's Play of 7. I would never touch it.
Why?
I couldn't finish the demo.
No. I mean, I'm not great with a lot of horror games because I get too this was the first year where I actually finished BioShock because it just made me that uncomfortable.
Okay,
So, I
okay.
mean-
First of all, let's leave the BioShock talk for when James is here. Okay, because that's a masterpiece.
Oh,
It's a masterpiece of a game.
I 100% agree, but I couldn't finish it until this year.
Noble beat 7 in one day.
what? How? Noble Mecha, you actually beat through that in one day? Shoot.
I mean, he does work at a haunted prison, so
Oh, jeez.
I will. My biggest gripe with Resident Evil 7 was how it was good in the beginning, but the later half of the game kind of went downhill.
you mean it got very Resident Evil-y?
No. It got Resident Evil 6.
Oh.
Resident Evil 6E. Like, I don't know. Like, Resident Evil 6, we don't talk about it, all right?
No.
Resident Evil 5 was, well, it was okay.
It was
Resident
okay,
Evil 4
but
is a masterpiece.
4, it was
4
the
is a
best.
masterpiece, dude.
Yeah. But I would say this. If I'll bring it next time, I'll bring my VR set. You have to try playing Resident Evil 7 with the VR. It is creepy as hell doing that.
Yo,
And
let's
to
do
be
this.
honest, it is so crazy what they did. Like when it first came out and I did that, it was because you're looking around. You can see your feet. And there's like when you look over by the staircase, like up and above, it is terrifying.
Guys in the audience, if you guys would ever be interested in watching us do something weird like playing Resident Evil 7 with VR, since Derek has it, let us know. Maybe we can make like a little video about it. People falling over.
Hey, I've got an Elgato. We can stream.
Oh.
Hey, we could do it. So let us know.
Stream someone screaming while I'm crying playing Resident Evil.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Or we can.
It's something we can add.
Silent Hill.
Oh man, that's so. Crazy.
I was gonna say, for me, one of my favorite games, and will always be, aside from Dead Space, because Dead Space 1 is a fucking masterpiece, also along with Dead Space 2.
I call the full trilogy an absolute masterpiece in storytelling.
Yeah, it's great. But Fatal Frame and Silent Hill.
Ooh, Silent Hill. Silent Hill. That's the title. That's the one. As much as I
Silent
don't
Hill
like horrors.
horror. No, Silent Hill was great. Number 1. Number 2 is the masterpiece. Everybody knows it. I'm sorry to regurgitate what everybody has said in the past, but Silent Hill 2, man,
It's good.
it's just number 3 is great. The Room is great. Then you start getting into, you know, which one was really good that people kind of overlook is the PS2 Silent Hill, Silent Hill Origins. I think it's what it's called. I love that game. Really brought me back to the PlayStation 1 days. But yeah, Silent Hill just really, that whole idea of like being in another reality, right? Because of this freaking place and stuff, and it's just really awesome. What are your favorite, video games, guys, that are horror related? You know, like maybe a good one. What's it called? Alien
Oh,
Isolation.
Oh, Alien Isolation. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
jump scare galore.
So
Jump
here's a pull from the real archives of like we're talking going right back to floppy disk games. But like I remember as a kid my dad used to play 11th Hour and 7th Guest. And
Oh, Seventh
they're
Guest.
they're like horror puzzle games or something like that.
Mhm.
I could never watch him play it. I don't remember it anymore. I want to go back and actually revisit them eventually.
Yeah.
But I could never sit and watch him play them because they just made me so uncomfortable.
I would suggest anybody to play Fatal Frame if you can. Like Jan even said it right here. He's like, Fatal Frame made me stop playing horror games. It's such a underrated game. Not a lot of people speak of it. I mean, I love Silent Hill, and Silent Hill will always be my favorite horror franchise for video games. But Fatal Frame is up there. If only they would have kept pushing it further. I would love to see it remastered with nowadays.
Well, they still release Fatal Frames. They just don't bring it across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you know, what I mean is more mainstream. Like, just
Yeah.
I would love to see him over here, right? Like,
No one put out a good one. Parasite Eve. That was a really good game.
I haven't played that.
No. Actually,
yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Oh, actually, just think about ghost stories and weird, funny things anyway. You guys watched Igloo, right? Any of the Gundam Igloo series?
No,
I
not
have-
yet.
No? Okay.
I
Maybe. You do? You have them, right? I think this is it the second arc or is the first arc where they have that ghost lady? Do you remember?
I haven't watched it. I just have it.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. If we want one of these nights, maybe for Halloween, we'll maybe play those up, because in the Igloo series, there was actually a talk at one point. They had the ghost of like some lady who like all the Federation's Yonic guys see before they die. So it's crazy.
Oh, that's good.
It's neat. I think it. Oh man.
I haven't seen that one.
On my computer.
Not a horror game specifically, but something that kind of lasted since I was a childhood. I mean, the Lavender Town in Pokemon Red and Blue, like that was pretty messed up stuff. Especially for like a 5-6-year-old, right?
Well, if they were able to understand the backstory, then yeah.
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 Oh man.
I mean, when I first played that, I didn't know anything about it up until you start learning about the creepypastas and things.
Oh geez, creepypasta.
Well, even just the music and the atmosphere of the tower was just enough to make again a 5-6-year-old kind of uneasy. And then you go in before you have the silt scope, and the ghosts are just like, go away. You can't attack them. You can't do anything to them. Like,
Yeah,
kind of messes you up as a kid a little bit.
Ghosts, as in general.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, I don't know if you guys have any more questions that you guys would like to ask us.
I think there was only one little question back from earlier part of the stream was on Twitch there, Canadian Gunpla. Yeah,
yeah.
Basically, what's a mobile suit / Gundam that needs to become a kit or needs an upgrade?
I mean, for me, upgrade-wise, I'm going to say the camper. It's dated. It needs to be revisited and re-engineered. In terms of something that hasn't been made yet into something, I mean, I joke about it, but legitimately, I do want to get a Tequila Gundam in some form.
Don't tell you would want that one.
I do!
Jeez.
I would have to choose the Sasabi Master Grade for an update. He said update.
Yeah, update and then upgrade,
The reason I say that, because upgrade is because after we built the MGX unicorn, you are treated so well with the MGX unicorn in the Undergate side of things.
Yes.
You give me a Sasabi 1/100th with that style of undergating and that beauty, like even just bring out an MGX Sasabi. Imagine that.
Ooh.
And gimmicks, you can put some gimmicks in there, dude.
Yeah.
100% you can. Give me that undergating. That was the best undergated kit I've ever worked with. So yeah, I'll say the MG Sasabi is as and a beautiful kit as it is. It feels outdated when you have all these out nowadays, especially for such a prolific suit. Right?
Yes,
So.
extremely.
How are you, Kevin?
Upgrade wise, I still say PG Sinanju.
Ooh, tall.
Upgrade.
Yeah, that's not
new.
an upgrade.
That's new altogether.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's huge kit.
How about you, Derek?
You know what? It's really sad. There's a long list of things I wish.
No, one. Uno.
I want the Destroyer Gundam.
Oh, tall, yeah, from
Gundam Destiny. Gundam Seed Destiny. I would love. I don't even care if it's 1/44 scale. I would love to get a Destroyer Gundam. That thing, like we seen the Psycho Gundam, we got the whole 1-2 Mark 1 Mark 2 Psycho Gundam, and as far as we had a big Zam at one point, but it's a weird awkward scale. But that would be so cool to have, because the Destroyer Gundam has a transformation too.
I will say I want Bandai to act. I was gonna say I would love to see Bandai double down on the weird side of Gundam. Like there's a lot of weird stuff in the franchise.
Like what? Are you talking about diving back more into like Victory Gundam, those interesting mobile suits, or
just
Turn X?
in general? Just in general, like we've had some weird stuff show up in the series. I mean, just look at some of the custom stuff from Build Fighters too. Like there's some weird designs in there.
Actually, right,
Build Divers, the same thing. There's some really odd designs that have come out from the show that it would be cool to build them.
Well,
have option sets to build them.
Was it Kevin was saying you would so want to build a 1/100 scale core Gundam?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just hate the idea of buying the armor kits for it.
There you go, Bandai. You're gonna make bank from remaking all 9 set series again.
I will buy them. 1/100 scale of those, I will buy them.
But even like I mean, as much as I don't understand the story from G-Reco, I love the designs. I want them to reprint some of those stuff. Like I actually want to build a Mac knife. I love the look of the Mac knife. But they're so hesitant around G-Reco because it kind of it's weird.
Is it shaky?
1/100 meteor unit.
What?
I would love that. 1/100 meteor unit.
A meteor. Wait. Actually, wait. I think I saw on the post they actually have a resin kit of the meteor unit 1/100 scale.
Oh, probably.
No, they did.
I want that for my Christmas present.
Oh my god. Oh man, that'd be too cool.
I don't know what he's doing. Okay, Jess knows.
Hey, Jess.
What's up?
You know what I want for Christmas?
What?
I want a 1/100 meteor unit.
I see. I'm reading all of these things. I'm just like, Adam says, I want a PG Astaroth Origin pretty bad. I think it would sell really well. I really, really want all the IBO Demon Gundam in NG at least.
Wait, all of them?
I don't know how that. Well, if it sticks to just the Gundam frame, then in theory it could be doable, but that's a lot of engineering.
That I'm gonna say, I'll Sunrise. If you manage to hit the scoreboard and you manage to nail every one of those,
all 72.
Yeah. Well, they only announced roughly about what, a quarter so far? No, 1/5.
I thought they've only done like 12 of them.
Yeah, they haven't done a lot.
And some of them are re-engineered on top of the Barbatos later on.
I know.
Yep.
It gets even better, right?
What is the Hajiro Boshi or whatever it's called is just built off of the Barbatos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so it's not technically a biblical demon either.
Yeah, the Gusan is not its original either. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, the Gujin is still one of the 72 demons, though.
It is, but it's not the original frame of it. Is it actually the original frame, you think? I don't even think it is.
Well, yeah, they reintegrated the Gujin's frame into the Gujin rebake.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's so weird. You can do that.
I like what Faraz said. He said we already have an MG Core Gundam though. It's called the F90.
AZ A2C right there with the crazy rocket.
So the 1/100 meteor resin kit is about 1 meter in length.
Holy
and over 3,000 USD.
Have fun with that, dude. You said you'd buy it. There you go, man.
I said that's my Christmas present from you.
Oh, that's nice. You're going through a tunnel, dude. I can't hear you. When it comes to kits that I would like to see, I think I just like to see a lot of kits being taken into another grade, another tier.
Another one?
Like
we are
no.
Well,
I'm
like
not saying
some
add
of
another tier.
the high grades go to master grade, or some of the master grades go to
Exactly.
You want to bump them up a grade.
I just want one that's like, I see a lot of kits that I like, but I also see a lot of kits that I don't really care to have. I mean, personally, I just don't, right? Like, I buy I think the newest one I have is the RG Ava Zero. That's the newest one that I have. But they're like, I would love to see that real grade Ava RG1, for example. I know we're talking about Gundam, but I'm just talking about kits in general. I would love to see that being with that level of detail bumped up to 1/100. Give me a 1/100 Ava that doesn't have rubber and ugly and stuff. Give me that, right? Give me a PG Barbatos.
Oh, jeez.
Just give me some of that stuff.
I'm sure about 3 or 4 years from now we're gonna get a PG Barbatos. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah,
so
true.
How much longer do I have to wait for a PG San Andrew?
Oh, jeez.
Might as well
happening.
wait until your firstborn happens. Make a deal with Rumpelstiltskin, and maybe that'll happen.
Maybe it'll happen.
Oh man, no, I just
I don't
like
know.
some
There's
of
a lot
the
of kids
classics.
that
There's
deserve
a
to
lot.
Faraz?
What is it?
Faraz said there's a third party that's supposed to be released next year. So, interested, I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, a lot of things coming out. But with that said, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of room. There's still a lot of kits that can come out. I think.
I'm gonna answer Han Gold Shield's question really quick. Typically, as far as we've been seeing the typical perfect grades, it's almost like one every year. They launch out one.
Roughly.
1 to 2. Well,
1 to 2.
Well, actually, technically, they announced 2. Like the only thing that really came out is
2.
But they only launch 1 per year. Like technically, we got the
Strike.
Perfect Strike Gundam this year. Next year, we already got the RX-78. Technically, the previous year was what was it?
Exia.
The Exia. Yeah, the full light system. So
yeah.
So with the repairs,
it's about 1 to 2 every year, depending on how the release windows line up. I mean, do we really consider the Perfect Strike a full new PG? Because I mean, it's a re-engineered, retooled old one.
Well, it's like when they talked about they want to reissue the gold perfect. Was it the perfect grade a straight gold type? Is that really a new kit? Not really,
no,
right?
Blue, the straight blue. They came out perfect grade with P Bandai. The only difference is you get a bazooka instead of a sword.
Exactly. And then the gold stray is the same idea. It's going to come with a different type of bazooka and, well, gold parts coated. That's about it. So
yeah.
But
it's a lot of things that can happen.
Down, all outclad. Pale gold.
All right. Well, with that said, guys, says for us, don't forget we are getting the new PG Fenix NT.
Meh.
Again, well, we're getting the expansion. We got the tails finally for it. Supposedly.
Yeah.
Right. So
the thing is, like I said, like there's a lot of kits out there that just I don't really care for. It sounds bad. I just the thing that I'm most excited about, and I've said it to the crew so many times, is I just want that P Bandai MG Turbulence. Don't care, dude. Just give me my turbulence. Give me my turbulence. I think the problem is, like, even now, I feel like I haven't worked with Resin yet, and I know Kev Models does and all that. But seeing Kev Models work with Resin and seeing all these new things that are out with Resin that you can actually say, like, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. I'm very tempted to go towards Resin. Sean, when you're here, dude, we're gonna make the Gundam room up there. We're gonna have Resin and stuff up there, and we're just gonna.
That's fair. Well, I mean, once I actually nail down proper painting, I do want to get that Night Gundam conversion kit, because I actually really want a 1/100th Night Gundam, because I love Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 that the Night Gundam is in.
Mhm.
But I mean that, you know what? Swap out my Tequila Gundam for a 1/100th proper Night Gundam to go in line with the Mushas.
Calamity.
Ooh, Calamity would be a good one too.
Calamity.
Yeah.
I have the resin conversion kit that I still need to do. The resin's all clean. I just need to work on it.
Wait, which conversion is it supposed to go on?
Freedom.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like 3 freedoms somewhere in the house.
Oh, okay.
That's in the resin. All
I
right,
would
guys.
never use 2.0 to convert it. 2.0s I really like. Really nice.
That's fair.
Well, there's a lot of things we want. We hope Bandai listens and it's like, hey, man, here's another unicorn.
Yeah, right.
But with that said, guys, check out our website if you guys can. We talked about it earlier today. Go check out our website. It really put a lot of manpower into it. And we really just want it to become something part of the community. If you haven't joined our Discord, please join our Discord. It's going to be spazzed up. Look forward to a lot of things coming, and don't miss out on next week's show, which is with Kevin, not our Kevin, but you guys will see. Everything has been listed on the Discord if you guys want to know who's going to be on this month and next month towards the end of season 2. Everything is ready for you guys. Everything's lined up. Do follow us on Discord, like as in join, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, everything. And if you can kindly do it if you haven't, subscribe. It really helps us out, and click that bell notification. I didn't ever want to say it, but if you can, do it, because we have more content coming out soon. Reviews.
Punch that bell.
Hit that like button. No, smash it. Smash, right? It has to be very just kind of forthcoming. Like,
obnoxious.
smash that like button. Smash it. Destroy it. And yeah, guys, just keep it up. This is Master Grade Jess. We have my boy Derek.
YOLO.
DG Gunpla.
DG Gunpla, and
Gunpla Hong.
there it is. And we will be seeing you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining us in our Halloween special. I promise you that next week will be even cooler than us.
And
just
no
forward
demons.
talking.
Yes.
No demons, and no internet going out. All right, guys.
Yeah.
So have a great night, and we will see you guys
See you guys.
next week.
See ya.
Bye.